All right, coming to you live from Lake Michigan. This may be a big bust because I got my iPhone 2 headphones and microphone in play, but I thought it'd be fun to have a little beachside update. I don't know, let's see. Can you stay? Yeah, there's the water right there. Just hanging out here on the shores of Lake Michigan with the family. Sitting next to me is kid 1, and I may tear up when I tell you she's currently reading the book Think and Grow Rich, and she has a little notebook with her, so that's a very proud parent moment because that book literally changed my life back in the fall of 2000 when we were on vacation in Myrtle Beach. We were there. We only had kid 1 at the time, and we were there with my mother-in-law and my mother. So at one morning, we're walking down the beach on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean in the morning, and in front of me were the my most important people in the world, the 4 ladies, and I was trailing behind them on my flip phone, trying to keep a real estate deal together because I had to keep that real estate deal together in order to pay the bills that night. This is an absolute true story, so don't think any of it is dramatized. That night after dinner, we walked into a used bookstore, and in a $2 bin, I stumbled upon the book Think and Grow Rich that I had never heard of before, never heard of Napoleon Hill. Read the book voraciously on that trip, and that book was based on it was Napoleon Hill was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie to meet with the most successful people in the world at the time: Henry Ford, John D. Rockefeller, of course, Carnegie himself, J.P. Morgan, to try to find out what is in common. What do these guys have in common with each other that helps determine success financially in life and with family, etc.? And it was a 20-year study that turned out to be the book Think and Grow Rich. So if you've never read it, turn this video off immediately and read that. Hopefully you're not picking up too much wind noise from the shores of Lake Michigan here, but let's get right into the Bitcoin because it's doing exactly what we thought it would do. All 3 kids now are inside, and they're making fun of me. Oh, because I'm facing them in the big window in the dining room so that I could give you that glimpse of the beautiful shores here. We're going to head out to a cherry farm that we visited 2 years ago in Shelby, Michigan, which is a bit north of where we're staying now, which is Montague. Is it pronounced Montague or Montague? Montague. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. And then we're heading over to a winery for a little tasting because the sun isn't out yet today. So that's what's going on. Bitcoin, we had that target going into the weekend. We thought maybe it would hit 69. Guess what it did? It went up over 69,000. And then I just wrote this in this morning, which was let's hold 66,628. And look, what did it get down to? About 67,000, 67.6, and it's had a nice little bounce since. Doesn't mean it's not going to revisit the 66,628, but based on what we're seeing here in the trends, 67 or 71,000 will be my next target. So let's leave it on the board. Yes, let's take a look at CleanSpark. CleanSpark had a huge little, what is this? That's USO. That's not CleanSpark. Let's go back here. We'll get to USO in a minute. So here's CleanSpark. And what I've been following specifically on CleanSpark are these trend lines. And you see it's just, it's been meandering through these trend lines for a while now. And after Trump's speech at the Bitcoin convention in Nashville over the weekend, Bitcoin did attempt to break out, but it then failed. So it's a failed breakout. Nothing to see here, but we still want to watch these trend lines because I am still looking for an actual breakout on the CleanSpark, which I feel very confident is coming soon. It doesn't mean it isn't going to revisit the bottom of this trend line because it easily can and almost tried to do today. But right now we got a little bit of a brief uptick. We'll watch both trend lines on CleanSpark to follow my put trades because we still have, and you can see I've gone downtown to Chinatown today since the open when I was up over 2.115. Now we're all the way down to 2.072, but here's my positions. 1650 and 17. We rolled both of those out last week, as you know. So they're both looking good. I'm confident in them this week, but you do never know. I did watch a great video. If you haven't seen it, where is it? Right here. Michael Saylor's 21 Rules of Bitcoin. Watch that video. Look it up. Michael Saylor, 21 Rules of Bitcoin. I'm obsessed right now, as you know. I'd like to get obsessed with things. Gold, silver, oil. Now the fourth horseman of hope is Bitcoin. Also, I'm watching this for the second time. I don't know if you know who Lynn Alden is, but she is amazing. Watch this video, how money and banking work and why they're broken today. It's fascinating. I just am obsessed with it right now. And here are the 21 rules of Bitcoin. Spoiler alert, but I wanted to just go through them quickly so you know where my head's at. Number one, those who understand Bitcoin buy Bitcoin. Those that don't understand it criticize it. Never really criticized it, but I have never really truly understood Bitcoin. And my big thesis in my own mind, and what I would talk to Stacy about, is that the greater nations such as the United States, China, Russia, India, Great Britain, all those are not going to allow Bitcoin to actually be a currency, like as far as a major currency. So I thought there's no reason for me to even bother researching Bitcoin. But what I'm hearing lately is giving me tremendous pause to at least investigate. And that's why I'm currently very bullish on Bitcoin. And here's another statement that directly applies to me. And this is why this video hit home with me, is that everyone is against Bitcoin before they are for it. So I was against it as far as investing in it directly myself. I've been trading miners for a while now. Thanks to my friend TJ the Wheel Deal, he got me into the miners. I got away from it for a while. Now I'm back into Bitto, as you've noticed, and trading the miners again. And you will never be done learning about Bitcoin. I just started. Bitcoin is powered by chaos. That's what Michael Saylor said. I added this second part, which is Bitcoin is a hedge against human nature, because to me, human nature is chaos, right? So I'm looking at that. Bitcoin is the only game in the casino that we can all win. So it apparently, at the current moment, is definitely stacked in our favor if we are betting on Bitcoin. Bitcoin will not protect you unless you wear the armor. I don't fully understand that one yet. I'll keep investigating. I think it has to do with, if you are going to be a Bitcoiner, then you need to wear the full armor, knowing that, one, a lot of people still, probably most people still, will criticize you for doing so. And the other is that Bitcoin does have wild retracements, which then you are required to have the armor on to protect yourself from selling at a bottom when things get panicky. Bitcoin is the only thing in the universe that you can truly own. I like that a lot. I mean, I have rental real estate and have for over 20 years. The government can come in if they wanted to take it. They truly could. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve, like what I'm getting in it now. I mean, I could have been involved just recently at 27,000. I remember taking a brief look at it at 27,000. I'm like, I don't know, it could continue to plummet. And of course, I missed out on that huge run up. So I am getting Bitcoin at the price that I deserve. I love this one. Only buy Bitcoin with the money you can't afford to lose. That's why I bolded the word can't. I thought that was interesting. Tickets to escape the matrix are priced in Bitcoin. We are certainly living in a matrix, especially when you consider fiat money, the politics. It's all chaos right now, right? Chaos. Bitcoin insight is restricted to those with a need to know. So currently, I think Trump is in a need to know situation, because from what I understand, he was not a big fan of Bitcoin up until just recently. And at that conference over the weekend, he said that if he is president, he is going to convince Congress to start a Bitcoin reserve, which that would be amazing for Bitcoiners, just as we have an oil reserve, gold reserve, silver reserve, etc. All of your models will be destroyed, meaning if you're a big guy with the dollar, could be destroyed easily. Your model for real estate investing can be destroyed, etc. The cure to economic ill is the orange pill, and that is just a coincidence about our orange friend Donald Trump. So Bitcoin is the orange pill. And what I liked about what Donald said, and where do I have his, is his keynote still up here? Yeah, Trump calls on U.S. to embrace cryptocurrency. If you listen to that, basically what he says, if we build this crypto slash Bitcoin reserve, we should be able to cut the deficit, our increasing deficit that is increasing by $1 trillion over 100 days. He thinks we can cut it by half by 2020 or 2045, which would be awesome. Be for Bitcoin, not against fiat. So just be pro Bitcoin. Don't necessarily tear down fiat, because there is an arbitrage between fiat and Bitcoin that I think could be exploited. We'll get more into that. Bitcoin is for everyone. I think it's going to be more and more embraced around the world. And I know if you're a Bitcoiner, you're rolling your eyes and you're laughing because you've been involved for Bitcoin for years. Learn to think in Bitcoin, and we'll explore that more because I think that's fascinating. You don't change Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you. That's exactly what I'm currently experiencing. Laser eyes protect you from endless lies. That again is whenever it goes down, Twitter explodes with making fun of all the Bitcoiners. Respect Bitcoin or it will make a clown out of you. I think it's currently has made a clown out of me for all my Bitcoin friends that I've just kind of been, nodding my head, but my eyes glassing over the last couple of years. While I was trying to convince them that oil was the play. Now lately I've been convincing them that gold and silver, but why can't we have all four horsemen of hope? That is certainly the case. You do not sell your Bitcoin. Now that is a thing that was reiterated not only by Michael Saylor and his 21 rules, but also in Trump's speech over the weekend. Spread Bitcoin with love, not with hate. And that is, of course, human nature, is that we are political in nature. So ups and downs, there's one side or the other, right? You're either for it or you're against it. You're the Republican or Democrat. You're conservative or liberal. You like the Cubs or the White Sox, the Packers or the Bears, all of that, etc., and so forth. So check out that video. Check out Michael Saylor. Let's take a look at USO because we're getting long in the tooth and everybody's kind of giving me the let's go signal. So here's what I'm concerned with, as you can see just right away here. Is this the local bottom right now? USO, U.S. Oil Fund, is definitely making an attempt to break below that, which then what does it do? It creates the next resistance, and it's coming up soon at 75. So we'll be watching that directly because right now my oil plays are downtown to Chinatown. What do we got up next? Gold. Same thing in gold. It still has a healthier chart than U.S. oil, but look at it. Look at this down. Whoop. So we got a fib support here at 23.36. I'll be still watching the 23.34. We'll keep an eye on that for the gold. And what do we have next? Is it silver? Yeah, silver we called next support last week at 27, and it's trying to find that support right now. But if we do, let me move my head if I can. Yeah, hey, a little bit. Let's move our head a little bit here. Let's go to the 5-day just to get a closer look at what I was looking at this morning. Let's do this. Can we do this? You promised to never do that live again. Let's blow this up a little bit and bring it up. Come on, you could do it. We'll do it live. This internet out in the middle of nowhere on this beach has been a little spotty. Hang in there. We're almost there. Doesn't appear we're anywhere near there, Bart. Anyway, so what I was trying to show you is that you see we got pretty strong support, maybe at 20.